So you know SAP, Systems, Application and Products in Data Processing, right?
Yeah.
So what is a project? You see, I will tell you before this. There is a methodology called project management methodology. The companies follow that methodology, which are project-oriented companies. There are different types of companies: project-oriented companies, process-oriented companies, manufacturing companies, like that. Okay, project-oriented companies will follow the project. Again, SAP Project Systems is a project methodology tool, a project management tool. There are a number of project management tools available in the market, like SAP Project Systems, PeopleSoft Project Systems, Microsoft MS Project System, Primavera, okay, Captive, like that. There are so many. As far as SAP PS is concerned, since it is having the integration with all other modules in SAP, so it is having a high market share. That means most of the companies, some 48% of the project-oriented companies will use this SAP PS. Okay, what exactly the project? A project will have a clear objective. It is having the basic start date and the basic end date. That means a definite frame of reference. It has to start on so and so date. It has to complete so and so date. It will be having a particular amount of budget and the tasks that are to be delivered. Okay, and having the definite resources. Here, resources means it is man, material, and machine. Okay, we have to use so many manpower. And we have to use so many resources, and we have to use so many, like that. Okay, and they are again a project. It is subject to the quality requirements. If anybody asks us to deliver a project, okay, we follow everything, and if you are not maintaining the quality, client will reject. Boss, I don't want your project. So mandatory thing is quality, maintaining the qualitative thing. Okay, and it involves the integration. I mean to say, the cross-departmental verification. Like for example, if you are running a project, okay, quite naturally there will be understanding and cooperation will be there with finance department, with purchase department, with sales department, like that. So cross-departmental involvement, it is called what we call as an integration. Okay. Every project, whatever it may be, every project is unique. We cannot compare, though both projects are similar. Okay, they are not identically equal. So every project is unique and they are complex in nature. So what are the project characteristics? If you see the screen, you see we plan and control. So basically, when idea comes to lay a road or to construct a flyover, okay, people will put their idea on the paper, and after that they start the planning. What they will start basically? They will start the date planning, and they do the resources planning. What sort of machinery we require? Okay, how many number of skilled worker, unskilled worker, supervisors, managers, okay, and CEOs we require. Like that, they calculate, and they do cost. They do cost. Okay, or they'll calculate cost and revenue, and after that they come to an conclusion what sort of how much amount of budget we require, and after that their vendors will be there. The project will be procuring the materials or services from outside consultancies or third parties, to third parties or to the vendors. The project company, a project-based company, has to pay something. So those are called payments. And complexity and uniqueness. Okay, and again what cross-departmental thing. If it is a sales department, accounting department, and purchasing department, controlling department, production department. So these are the departments with which the project have the integration. So this is the called hierarchy of the projects. Now there are different types of projects are there. One is seismic survey, production installation, pipeline construction, drilling project like oil project, plant maintenance, infrastructural projects. So construction of roads, construction of big buildings, okay, construction of huge bungalows, okay, like the SEZ, special economic zones, comes under infrastructure. So these are the different types of projects available. So there is a life cycle. There should be a life cycle for everything, and of course, project is also having a life cycle. The project starts with the initiation, an idea. Next, they will come to planning. After that, they approve approvals. They get the approval for the budget-related things. After that, they start the execution. Execution means starting the project. Okay. and they'll complete the project and hand over to the client. Next, any doubts here? Still here?
No.
You are sure, no?
Yeah.
So next, phases of the project. So this is a concept is over there, a WBS concept. I will be explaining when we take concepts of WBS and network. A beautiful concept that has been introduced in the project management system. Okay, with which all project management tools, not only SAP PS, all other things, all other project management, MS Project, Primavera, some other things are using this concept, because this project management tool, whatever it may be, by its name, has to follow the characteristics of the project management methodology, what we call PMP methodology. That PMP methodology consists of WBS network. We will be covering WBS and network in our classes. WBS refers for work breakdown structure, right? Breaking the work, bigger work into smaller work for better controlling and for better execution, for better planning, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So again, it is a starting, and it is a next to concept. Concept stage is nothing but the stage in which idea will be converted into converted onto the paper, and there is nothing but feasibility study. Next, rough cut planning. So what are the costs? What are the work? They will do rough cut planning, and after that they do a detailed planning. So each these are showing these are WBS and these are network. So they will be doing at a higher level, and after that they will be doing at lower level detailed planning. Detailed planning for the respective costs, okay, and budget, and for the resources. They do the detailed planning. After that they get the approval for budget, and they release the budget, okay, and the project will be thrown into the execution phase. So in execution phase there will be commitments, costs, and revenues. Commitments are nothing but you might have been known, purchase equation, purchase orders.
Okay.
So in SAP, commitments are nothing but PRs and POs, right? We call them commitments. Okay, and we do the final confirmation, and at the end of the day, we close the project after settling. We settle the project. Okay, we settle the project. You might have been known cost center, profit center. You will have the touch, right? If I am not wrong.
Yeah.
So we settle the project at the end of the day to the either cost center or profit center, depending the business process of that particular organization. For example, if you are working, implementing SAP for, let us take for example for Delhi Transco Limited, which is a power transmission company. Okay, if the company is following the profit center oriented accounting, there are two types of accounting. One is profit center oriented accounting, one is cost center oriented accounting, which has been practiced across the world, irrespective of the company, irrespective of the country. Profit center and cost. Fine. If we are using the profit center accounting, then we will be settling that settlement. We are settling that to the profit center. If we are using cost center based accounting, we will be settling to the cost center. It is a blunt and blind rule, right?
Okay. Which means that we are posting all those things into the derivative cost center or profit center, whatever.
No, it depends upon again the business process of the particular company. Most of the companies they take cost centers, and some companies will take profit centers like this.
Yeah.
Okay. Organization structure. You might have been worked with in any sales order, right?
Yeah.
So in sales order, you might have been known organization structure. What is sales organization, sales office, distribution channel, like that, right?
Yes.
You might have known. That is called the organization structure of sales and distribution model.
Yes.
If you come for finance, what organizational structure will be like controlling area, company code, okay, chart of accounts, controlling area, company code, company, okay. Again, profit center, cost center, general ledger accounts, GL accounts, cost elements, like that. That is the organizational structure of FI. If you are coming to MM, so materials and management, plant, location, okay, again material. These are the organizational structure of the materials management. As far as project systems is concerned, project systems does not have any organizational structure as other modules possess. Okay. Project systems does not contain any sort of organization structure what other modules contain. Just like project systems is just like a liquid, if you pour a liquid in any bottle or whatever it may be, it will take that shape. Right now?
Okay. Okay.
So project systems also uses the organization structure of other modules, FY, MM, SD, PP, whatever it may be. So project systems does not have any organization structure, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So standard project definition. There are two types of processes while we'll be seeing and we'll be discussing in further ahead. One is standard project and operative project. Okay, standard projects are nothing but standard. They are like templates. We'll be creating some Excel templates or like that. We'll be keeping and we'll be using and again reusing for the future further course of action. So those are called standard templates. Standard templates like a standard project, standard WBS, standard network. Okay. Standard templates again consist of the organization structures like controlling area, business area, company code, plant, factory calendar, sales organizations, distribution channel, and so on.
How we decide this? How we decide that this should contain this structure, which you have just mentioned.
Which structure? The
Like
above
for
structure.
Yeah, for standard you told me, right? For standard template.
Right. Okay.
For standard template, how we know that these are the things we need to create, like project, profit center, this, that.
Correct. Very good. You see, not only standard. For your reference, not only standard. I told you standard and operative, right?
Yes.
For all projects, either standard project or operative projects, whatever it may be. Okay, what we will be doing, we have to use the valid data like a controlling area, company code, plant and factory calendar, and so on. But the thing is, the difference between standard and operative is standard means what we will do, we create a project in a SAP system and we will keep it. It is a template. While creating another project, what we will do, we will copy this project and create. So the project A, which has been created in the initial time, will be used as a template for further projects that are going to be used by this. You got it? No? Project A is a template. B, C, D, E are projects. By using the template A, we are creating.
Okay.
So that is called standard. Okay. Another thing I told you, operative. Operative means we don't use any standard project. We directly will create the project. That is called operative. There is no much difference. Right.
Oh, okay.
You're getting that?
Yeah, the operative doesn't have any template. We are just manually creating. That's what you mean, right?
Absolutely. You are absolutely correct.
Yeah.
Okay. So there is a master data for us. Okay, master data will be there for everything. Okay, for PRs and for PRs and that will be master data, materials and everything. For FI, GLs and everything, master data. Like ESD, there will be sales orders and everything will be master data. Okay, we have WBS elements and networks are the master data of PS. Okay, the WBS elements, that is called one work breakdown structure, and network activities. It may be 1-to-1 or it may be 1-to-N. One WBS element may contain one network, or one WBS element may contain N networks. Okay.
Okay, what here network means?
Yeah, network I'll be explaining in coming further slides. Okay.
Okay.
I'll be explaining. The WBS elements, these are describe the hierarchical view of the entire project. Okay. Network are nothing but define the flow of the project. Activities are the basic calculation for dates and costs and capacity requirements. You see, where I am keeping the cursor, they are WBS elements. This is yellow one. No, this is first project definition.
Okay.
This is top level WBS element, level 1. This is second level, and this is the third level.
Okay.
And these are the network activities. These are the activity elements.
Okay.
Network is nothing but, you see, this is you can show 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 activities are there, right? You can see my cursor, no?
Yeah, I can see.
So these are network activities. What these are called? Network activities. So the total six is called network. That means, for example, There are different types of relationships. Like one activity, second activity, third activity. Which activity has to start first? And the following activity when it has to start, and another activity when it has to start. So that is called nothing but the relationship of the activity, right? So activities, these 6 activities plus the relationship amongst the activities is called a network. So network individually doesn't have any meaning, right? Network is nothing but activities plus relationship. Okay.
Okay.
I think you got cleared your doubt.
Yeah, I come. Yes.
Okay. You see, we saw the project definition. Okay. Project definition. This is a project definition, and this is a top level WBS element. This project definition, no, we created this top level WBS element. Hello.
Excuse me. Can you? Hello.
Yes, Swati.
I think my system signal has gone. Because actually my system, the CPU has become hot. There's connection.
Okay.
Needs to start again. I have to start again.
You start. I'll be waiting. I have no issues. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
I'll be waiting. Right?
Okay.
We are creating a WBS element which is identically to the project definition. Okay. This project definition contains the outer data like organizational unit. I mean to say controlling area, company code, like that, and when it is going to start, when it is going to complete. Okay, like the data it will be contained. And the work breakdown structure, no, we were discussing, it is nothing but a model of the project definition and contains the project activities that has to be taken to execute the project. We have one concept in SAP PS that is called project builder. Okay, I will be showing you in the coming classes. Project builder and project planning board are used to create and change the project. They are the tools in the SAP PS. Okay, let us take the work breakdown structure. It is a project definition. Okay, E-99, and it is a construction of elevator. Elevator means escalator. Okay, it is just an. Okay, this is the project definition. The definition is nothing but construction of elevator. The name is elevator. Okay, it is a WBS element. Again, we divided this WBS element, elevator, into smaller activities like engineering, procurement, assembly, and acceptance. That's right. Engineering, electrical engineering, mechanical engineering, like that they will be dividing. Procuring, they will be procuring engine, cabin, and equipment, and they will be doing assembly. Okay, and they'll that elevator or whatever it may be, escalator. Okay, or lift. Okay. They do trial run under standard conditions, and customer has to give the acceptance. Then they will be giving. Okay, this is how they are dividing the bigger task, that means elevator, and to the lower level task, so that it will be easy for the better controlling and execution for the activity. Right. For that purpose, we use the WBS work breakdown structure. Okay.
Yeah.
So work breakdown structure, maintenance options. You see, this is a manually will maintain work breakdown structure. This is the project builder. Okay. This is the hierarchy graphic. Okay, we will be showing. This is the include. I mean, for example, we have one work breakdown structure. What we will do, we include into the project. Okay, or we can copy this number one, and we can create multiple, or by including one, we can create multiple. So these are the things. So here operative structures are this green color. This white color are called standard structure. By copying the standard structure, we can create operative structure, or by including the white structure, we can create this blue or nothing but operative structure. Right? Like that, how we will creating WBS, it is showing over here. Okay.
What are the other than white and blue? You have one.
This dotted one, no?
Yeah.
These are nothing but they are including here. Now, include means they are included to this here. You see, one structure 1, 2, 3. One red arrow mark to right side. That means these 3 are included into the right side.
Oh, okay.
These are standard. Sorry, these are operative structures only. Okay, they are included.
Okay.
Either operative structure or a standard structure can be included into another project or in the same project for other activity. It is a representation of the diagram. Clarified your doubt or still anything?
maybe with examples like an understand it.
Yeah, in example means okay, enough. Further, while we create the project, no, because in depth I am giving, no, directly.
Yes, yes.
So you cannot understand unless you see the screen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Because otherwise, if you are if your background is some project management like that, you would have been understood like this.
Oh.
Because they know the concept of all this project management methodology like that.
Oh.
Okay, but of course, however, it is very easy. No need to take tension about this. Okay, I'll be explaining this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what is work breakdown functions? WBS. So it will be having work breakdown functions will be having date, start date, end date, and what we will do, we schedule. You know scheduling?
Yeah.
So we schedule the project or we schedule the activities, and you see we will be doing planning. Like April 10th we have to start, and August 31st the project has to complete. The project consists of some 25 activities. Each activity is having its own date, start date and end date. Okay, after that, like that, we do planning. After that, what we do, we schedule the project. After scheduling, what we will do, we execute the project. Construction of pillar, like that, construction of elevator, like that. So then what we will do, actual dates we will be entering. Then we will be coming to know whether the project is lagging behind or leading. Like that, through dates, we can understand. Next, coming to the budget, we will be for that particular WBS element. Yeah, please.
Okay. The basic dates and the schedule dates, what's the difference? The schedule is nothing but planning dates. Actual dates is what the work is started and ended. So what is the basic date?
Yeah, basic dates, you see, for example, basic dates, schedule dates, actual dates are three different terms.
Okay.
Basic dates are the dates when we are entering at the time of doing time planning or date planning.
Okay.
And schedule dates are the dates generated by the system when we do scheduling for the particular project. Okay, there may be 1 day or 2 days difference like that. Those are the schedule dates. Actual dates are the dates when we complete the activity and enter the date in the system is nothing but actual date. You got clear or still doubt?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because if you are having any doubts, please immediately ask me. Because unless and until you clear your doubt, you cannot understand the further slide. Okay.
No,
Next,
actually, basic dates are nothing but what we enter. Schedule dates, what you tell is generated by the system based on some activity, right?
Absolutely correct.
Okay.
And next, budget. So original budget updates, budget release, availability control. Original budget means while we creating the project, okay, what we will do, we allocate budget 10 rupees, 20 rupees, 30 rupees for each WBS element. Okay. Budget update means, okay, in the execution time, budget may be exhausted, completed, because we have so many purchase orders has been accepted, okay, and we paid amount to vendors, but the budget has been exhausted. But still there are so many unapproved POs are there, okay, open POs are there, right? So in that case we need some other amount budget. So in that case what people will do, they use some other transaction and update the budget. That means they supplement the budget. They require still 100 rupees. They will supplement the budget. So it will come budget update, supplementing budget. That is number one.
For this update, again, they will create a new PO or how is?
No. PO doesn't come into this. So we will be using some other transaction for updating the budget. PO will be there itself. Okay. And budget release. Budget updates covers a lot of things. Okay. Budget release. That means we will be releasing the budget in some other transaction. Availability control. Availability control, for example, we have one WBS element. The total budget of that budget is, WBS element is 100 rupees. Availability control states that, boss, if the value of the PO is greater than 100 rupees, don't allow the system to clear the PO. Understand?
Okay.
We will be giving some controls. If the budget is lesser than the 100 rupees, let the system try to save the PO. If it is more than 100 rupees, that means 101, 102, system doesn't save the PO. to control that. Okay, like
but this control is done in fuel side or in PS side?
no, it is side in PS side only,
Okay.
project system side. Okay. Next, coming for commitments. Commitments are nothing but purchase requisition and purchase order. Periodic processing, okay, it is coming overhead, process interest calculation, because some projects might have been borrowed amount from some other financial institutions for running the project, and they have to pay the interest to the financial institution like banks or some other private finances. Okay, those are under periodic processing. Regularly we will be doing settlement to the project. And next, payment data. We plan the payment debit or credit side. Okay. If for example, if we are having vendors, if at all we want to pay the amount to the vendors, we will be planning the date, dates. Okay, in which month, how much amount after calculating interest and everything. And for example, we planned to pay for the vendor A on June 1st, but due to some other reasons, okay, we were unable to pay on June 1st, but we paid on June 6th. So June 1st was the plan date, June 6th is the actual date. Okay, so all this data with respect to the WBS settlement will be updated. And what we will be doing, we are planning the cost and we are calculating the revenues. We will be planning cost and revenues. We will be getting what are the actual cost and actual revenues. So these are the functions of the WBS structure. Any doubts about it here?
No.
So, what is this work breakdown structure? This work breakdown structure basically, okay, dividing the task, a major task into simpler tasks or a smaller task for the better control of planning, execution, monitoring dates, monitoring resources, okay, and monitoring the budget and controlling the budget, and the cash flow of the activities, cash in, cash pay, that means accounts payables and accounts receivables of that particular WBS element. So that is the reason the concept of work breakdown structure has been brought. Okay, and work breakdown structure, yeah, it is showing how in system it will be there in screen, no, in WBS element screen, how it will be there. It is showing like this display area like this. So like this. So when we were explaining the network, no, network is nothing but the activity and the relationship among the activities. That means which activity has to start when and the last activity when it is going to complete. So, and hence we define the term network is nothing but, okay, it is a chronological sequence of activities, or network is nothing but the flow of the project. Okay, it speaks the flow of the project. So activities, again, maintenance options. These maintenance options are there, no, are nothing but again standard and operative. In the previous template, screen we have seen maintenance options for WBS element, right? Like that, networks can also be used as standard and operative. You see this manual one is there, no? So this is operative. There are whites are there, no? Again standard. So it is showing how to copy either from a manual, either from operative or standard from one activity network to another network or within the same network. It is a representation. So again, what are the functions of the network? Okay, we have 4 types of network activities are there. One is internal activity, second one is external activity, okay, another one is cost activity, another one is service activity. Okay, we will be learning in detail in further course of time. So internal activity, I will be telling the differences amongst them also in further classes. Internal activity, it captures what is the amount of work to be quantified, what are the dates or capacities. Capacities means here, for example, one activity is there. We have to dig something and we have to construct something. There we are using 10 resources, human resources, and let us say one JCB. So this JCB and both the machine and man will come for the capacity, right? And what is the cost that is incurring or planning or incurring in that particular internal activity? When we are coming to external activity or service activity, again we are planning the date, and we are planning the cost, and we are calculating the actual cost. We are calculating the commitments. Again, the service activity, external activity, through them we can directly raise purchase requisition. That is called commitment. And again, payments to the vendor. Coming to this material, so we will be purchasing the materials, right? We will be planning when we have to purchase the material, what are the dates that to be delivered at our site, because we want to construct a transformer, substation of electric substation. We want to purchase the materials, transformers, some other wires, some other materials. So my vendor has to deploy them, deliver them at our site, right? So we will be planning the materials. So what are the parts that has to be come over here? So what are the dates? Dates, that means when they will be delivering at our site. So basically, what sort of commitments? What sort of cost? That means how much the cost for each activity will be there, each part will be there, and when we have to pay. So those all will be covered under the material component. Yeah, but
actually, I did not get difference between internal and external. Oh, this is services.
Listen to me. There are 4 types of activities. One is internal activity. Second is cost activity. Third one is service activity as well as external activity. Simple story. For example, if you are working in a company, right? Let us say you are working in any company. So you are the people are sending you for plant. Okay, from your company only. You are a supervisor or you are engineer. What you are doing, people will ask you, Swati, you go